Greetings and welcome to another video. It's Friday, 15th of August 2025, and in today's video we're going to be exploring Limekiln Wood Nature Reserve. And we saw a signpost for that, I believe on Monday, as I was exploring a nature trail from Wrekin Golf Club all the way through to Tree Hall Hotel, and I'll mention that again later on in this video. In the meantime, how do you get to finding Limekiln Wood Nature Reserve to begin with? Well, for starters, perhaps the easiest thing to do is see this road behind me. This road takes you back into Wellington, basically. So the easiest thing to do would be to find where in Wellington this road I'm pointing at starts, and then follow the road up to where I'm standing now. And as for where I'm standing now, let's have a look. You'll know you're in the right place, you'll know you've followed the right road when you come to this underpass here, and the traffic and the road above me will be the M54 motorway, basically. And at this point, if we take a look to my right here, this is where you find the path I talked about on Wednesday in the video I called Wellington Secret Garden. So yeah, the path for the video called Wellington Secret Garden is along this way, but we're not going that way today because we're going to be following the road in the direction I'm facing right now. So yeah, let's carry on. So here we are, this is the road that will take you to Wrekin Golf Club, and to get where we want to go we're going to be following the road in front of me, basically. But before we go any further, I just want to show you something over here. As we saw on Wednesday, you'll see these little signposts here, and all of these point along the footpath in front of me. And as we saw in the video that I made yesterday, if you follow this path in front of me and follow all these signposts, then following this path will eventually take you to the Tree Hall Hotel at the foot of the Wrekin. So yeah, as you saw in Wednesday's video, the path in front of me is a fantastic path, really worthwhile exploring. So yeah, if you want to go that way, then like I say, it'll eventually take you to the Tree Hall Hotel. But today what we want to do is come this way. Welcome to the Wrekin Golf Club, and because I'm walking today, what we're going to do is basically this. We're going to walk up the road in front of me, and it's along this road in front of me we're going to find where we want to be. So with that in mind, I'm going to pause the video and we'll start recording again when we get to where we want to be today. So yeah, see you in a few minutes. Okay, so we're almost at where we want to be, and walking up the road like I've just done isn't that far. It's a good walk, and so yeah, it's a few yards in front of me. Before we have a look at it, I want to have a look at this here. This signpost, which we saw on Monday when I was here. And if you watched the third video that I made on Monday, you'll know this. This is part of the Wrekin Forest Trails, and as we saw on Monday, if we explore this path here in front of me and follow these signposts, look out for these signposts because they'll point you along this path, which will eventually take you back to the Bucketry Hall Hotel by the Wrekin. If you want to know how that path works out, then watch the videos I made on Monday. Otherwise, exploring it yourself is just a fantastic thing to do. So yeah, good time situation. As for today, we're walking a bit further up this road, and just in front of us is where we want to be today. So let's get there. So welcome to Wrekin Golf Club. If we were to follow the road I'm looking at right now, that'll take us toward the clubhouse for Wrekin Golf Club. But we're not going that way. Instead, we're coming over here to this path on my left, and you'll see all of this, more signposts and information for the Wrekin Forest Trails. So definitely check that out if you're interested, especially the map there. Definitely worth looking at. Now, if we were to follow the path in front of me, the path in front of me is one of the paths I explored on Monday. And if you were to follow this path far enough, following the signposts, it will be a giant loop taking you back to the Bucketry Hall Hotel. But because we've already explored this path in front of me on Monday, we're not going that way. Instead, this is where we want to be. Limekiln Wood Nature Reserve. And on those signposts there, it's basically the red arrow we're following, pointing off to my left. And yeah, we just want to go up these steps here. So let's carry on. Oh. And as you can see, the path does kind of turn to my left and slowly to the right at the same time. So yeah, really nice around here. And looking to my left, through the trees and the bushes, you can see a few people playing golf. But our centre of attention today is going to be this path in front of me. Now, as you probably guessed, the traffic noise in the background is from the M54 motorway, but as we move further away from that, then That noise is going to get quieter as time goes by. So yeah. Let's see where this path takes us. So as you can see, there are like spray painted circles of an orange colour on some of these trees. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. I'm guessing it's some kind of sign regarding forest maintenance, making sure the groundskeepers or the forest wardens are keeping this place checked, healthy and all that, but that's only a guess, I'm not sure. As you can see here, we've got a wooden floorboard. Careful where you put your feet in case a couple of bits of wood here are broken for whatever reason. But this being here is good, it helps moving forward a lot easier. So yeah, nice one. So we have here what looks like footpath going to my left. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. But at the same time, the signposts we're following are pointing to my right. So, yeah. That's interesting. Alright, what I'm going to do, as you can see, the red arrow, you can just about see is pointing to my right. So we'll follow that. This path to my left, we might come back to another time. But we're going to be following the red arrow signpost coming this way. Now I have a suspicion about where this path I'm on at the moment is going to take me to, because about 3 years ago I was exploring another path. 3 years ago I was exploring another path in this area, which I think led me back to where I'm standing at the moment. So it's possible we're going to connect up to somewhere I explored maybe 3 years ago, but we'll see how that pans out. In the meantime, this is going to be a good walkabout. Ah yes, I think I remember. Alright, so we've got this path here that I'm looking at to my left. And there's a pond or lake down to my left. Yeah, I can just see it through the trees. I'm not going to go down to that lake at the moment, to be honest. But if you're exploring where I am right now, then as long as you obviously be careful and don't go falling into the water and don't trip up, then that's an interesting little path to my left. But I think the best thing to do, to be honest, will be to stick to the path in front of me, the path the path I started to explore to begin with, and it's coming up along my right here, as you can see. So the plan is to continue along the path in front of me. As you can see, we've just found a signpost, and it's for the Wrekin Forest Trails, as you can see, and the red arrow, which is what we're following, circular trail, points in front of me along, well, in the direction I'm facing. So yeah, now if we look to my right, you'll see this footpath here going off in this direction here, but I'm not going to follow this path. I don't know if we'll come back to it later or on a future day, but in the meantime I want to be following this red arrow path in front of me. And if you have a look here, you've got a gap in the trees, and through this gap you can see some local farmland. You can see the M54 motorway in front of me, and beyond that is Wellington. And I don't know if you can see in the distance, but beyond Wellington is some of the Shropshire countryside. So yeah, nice one. But let's stick to the path we're on and see how this works out. So as you can see, we're at another signpost, and we've got a choice. We can either follow the path in front of me to my left, or we can follow the path to my right, basically. And I've got a suspicion about what's going to be going on here. While the red arrow does point us in the direction in front of me, I have a suspicion we may end up looping back to this path here. So yeah, what we're going to do is follow the red arrow in front of me, follow the path to my left, and yeah, we'll see how it pans out, basically. Really nice around here. It's really, really beautiful. Very peaceful. Well, ignoring the background noise of the M54 motorway. But aside from that, it's really peaceful around here. And we've got another signpost in front of me, slightly to my right. What's this one saying? Okay. Okay, if we're sticking to the red arrow, we follow it along the path in front of me. But at the same time, we've got this path here to my right. I think this is the path I was thinking about earlier on. This path we can loop back to. But at the moment, yeah, I've got a plan. If we follow the path in front of me, we'll come to a junction which will hopefully bring me back to this path here. I'm certain of it. So yeah, let's put that to the test. Let's carry on this way. We've got this path here to my left, and I think I recognise this path from the previous video. This path in front of me might be part of the Telford T50 the Telford T50 50-mile trail. So yeah, and we've got this tree stump as a landmark. Yeah, I'm not going to follow that path right now. Instead, we're sticking to the plan and following this path in front of me. So as you can see, we've got this fallen tree in the path in front of me. We can either climb over it, or there's this convenient little path to help us walk around it, which is very decent indeed, very good. So yeah, nice one. So yeah, the path in front of me is everywhere we've just explored, and walking in front of me will take us back to where we started this video. And yeah, like I just said, this fallen tree, and that there, what I'm looking at right now, is part of a path you can use to walk around it. And if I turn around and look in this direction, face this way, we'll carry on in the direction we were originally exploring. And as you can see, the path brings us out to this gate here, and we've got the Hutchinson Way and the Wrekin Forest Trail to follow. And if we just follow the path in front of me, we've got a couple of farms here, which is good stuff, very good stuff. And if we have a look to my left, you'll see there's a road. So yeah, I know where we are now. If we were to follow this road I'm looking at now all the way to the end, we'll end up back in Wellington, and we'll connect up to a road that will take us to the Swan Hotel and the Cock Hotel pubs. Now at this point we can either follow this road in front of me, or we can follow the same path we used to get here, to get back to where we started, or we can have a look down this path here. Now as you can see, the path does have a couple of signposts, and we've got the Wrekin Forest. Oh, don't know what happened there. We've got signposts for the Wrekin Forest Trail, all of which pointing in this direction in front of me. So yeah, what we're going to do is follow the path in front of me, because I remember from the last time I was here about 3 years ago, where I'm standing now does loop back to over there, and it'd be good to check that out. So with that in mind, while we're here, let's make the most of it. Let's carry on this way. Yeah, I know exactly where we are. Well, for the most part anyway. A few meters in front of me, we're going to get to a point which should allow us to loop back to the path we were on earlier on, and that will be a fantastic situation, to be honest with you. We'll get there in a few minutes and we'll talk about it when I get there. So here we are. We're now at the spot I was talking about a moment ago. And yeah, you'll see in front of me this gate here. Yeah. I think I've explored the path in front of me before, 3 years ago. I'll have to check some of my older videos to be sure about that. But if I have done, and if I remember correctly, the path in front of me will eventually lead me to the Works, a little village, a little hamlet called the Works. And going in the direction in front of me is a bit of a long path, a very long path to explore. So I may have to come back another day to try and explore it then, or re-explore it. As for today, this is what I'm looking at. So as you can see, these signposts here, the black one, the Hutchinson Way, and the Coronation Way, the Coronation Walk, Telford 2025, all of those point down along this path here, which is the one we've just walked up. And yeah, so because we've just come along this path, we're not going to go back down that way. Instead, what we want to do is follow this path here, and if we can have a look, as you can see, you've got a signpost for the, well, it's not showing up on the camera very well because of the sunlight, but the Telford T50 50-mile trail goes off in that direction. And at the same time, the Telford T50 50-mile trail points in the direction through that gate. But like I said, we're not going to be exploring that way today. Maybe another day, I don't know. But in the meantime, like I just said, the Telford T50 50-mile trail also points off in this direction. And this is, oh, nearly tripped over. This is where we're going, and if I understand correctly, this path here I'm now walking along will take us back to where we were a few minutes ago. Good time situation. As I'm walking along here, I noticed there are various smaller footpaths that go off in slightly different directions, and I'm sure it's okay to go exploring some of these footpaths as long as you're careful. But the main thing is, some of these side paths I've seen don't have signposts, so if you're exploring around here for the first time, it might be a good idea to stick to the paths with signposts on, and then when you get better acquainted with this area, then if you wanted, you can go for a bit more of an adventurous walkabout. But in the meantime, it's been a good day so far. Really good time being here. I'm glad I made the effort coming out. Okay, it looks like I was right about how the path loops around and connects back to where we were earlier on. Oh, nearly fell over there, gotta be careful. And if we have a look to my left here, this is the signpost we saw earlier on. And as you can see, the Telford T50 50-mile trail and the Telford Coronation Walk 2023 and a couple of the Wrekin Forest Trails all point off in the direction in front of me. And as we saw a few minutes ago, if we follow that path that I'm looking at right now, that'll eventually take us to the farmhouse we saw earlier on, and at the farmhouse there's the path that will eventually bring us around to this path here, which we've just seen, basically. So because we've just explored this path I'm looking at right now, which loops all the way back around to this section of path here, what we're going to do is turn around, and as we saw earlier on in this video, we're going to follow this path in front of me, and as we all this path in front of me is going to take us straight back to where we started this video, basically. So that's the plan. We've done our loop, walked the circle trail, at least one of the circle trails here at Limekiln Wood Nature Reserve, and we're now following the path back to where it all began. So yeah, with that in mind, let's carry on. So if you remember from earlier on in this video, this is the gate we saw. So yeah, we're almost back where we started. Now there's this path which I spoke about earlier on going off to the right, but we're not going to go that way at the moment. Instead, we're going to stick to this path on my left, and this path here is going to take us back to where we started. So yeah, this way, onwards and upwards. And here we are, back where we started basically. So yeah, this is a good time situation. So yeah, that was a section of Limekiln Wood Nature Reserve here in the heart of Telford, nearby to Wellington basically. So yeah, I've enjoyed this. Enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, what I'm going to do is finish this video here, and thank you everyone for watching, especially if you've made it to the end of the video. I honestly appreciate everyone who takes time to watch my videos. It's been good, I really do. I want to say thank you to everyone who does that, and I want to say thank you to everyone who also subscribes to my videos. And yeah, if you like what you've seen, press the like button, share the video around, and if you've not done so already, please subscribe. On that note, take care of yourselves, be safe, have a good weekend, and I'll see you all soon in the next video. Take care and goodbye.